Hello, welcome. My name is Sarah, and I'm awfully glad to have you with me today. Um, Still don't really have any stitching going, but I'm going to start something new today. It's started out this morning sunny and happy, and now it's clouding over. I think we're supposed to get some rain in about 20 minutes. So it's a good day to hunker down. My horoscope said lay low, so that's what I'm going to do. But before I show you the stitching that I'm going to start, I thought I'd show you, because we've got Nashville Market coming up and everybody is showing all of their, the wants and, um, new offerings on the market. I thought I'd show you some of my stuff, you know, such as it is. Last night, I was having a little crisis of confidence, you might say. This is on my wall. It's one of my favorites. It's a quote from Victor Hugo. You're all familiar with Victor Hugo. It says, "Be as a bird perched on a frail branch that she feels bending beneath her. Still, she sings away all the same, knowing she has wings." I was feeling like a frail bird last night, and then I started reading this and I thought, no, no, you have wings. I I'm coming to you because I want to share my work. I want to share my lifestyle and my work, and I just don't get the views that I'd like. I think we all suffer from that. Why isn't it more popular? Why don't people like me? And when I was looking through, how can I improve, all that kind of stuff, it kept coming back to, why are you doing it? Is it for the views? Is it for the money? Is it for the popularity? No, it's sharing, it's connecting, it's teaching people what I know. And so between looking at that and looking at this, I went to sleep happy and I thought, I know why I'm doing it. I'm doing this because I want to share and I want to connect. So, these things you won't find anywhere else because these are original designs, and I like that. And I've also noticed through watching my videos, it's always bothered me when people get way too close to the camera and it's harder to see, and you're like, back up, back up. I do that too. It's very hard right here. I feel like you can't see this well enough. So I'm tempted to get closer to the camera, but I'm going to stay purposely away from it. Um, this is another one of my favorites. It's just a little rosebud design that I did. It's early roses struggling through the earth. The flowers are, more numerous than the leaves. It's just getting started, but it just has that desire to burst. And what I particularly like is this Celtic border. This is one of my favorites. And if you don't like this design, you can still use the border. I mean, that's what I like about stitching. You can use parts of it. So I intend to do this border again, maybe on a larger palette. Is palette the right word? Not sure. A larger stitch count so that you can really see it. It's done in back stitch or black work, whichever way you want to think about it. And it's easy to do. You can tell when you've gone wrong because obviously, it follows a nice steady course. But this is another one of my favorites, and thought I'd show it to you. It doesn't get a lot of. It's not on my wall, so you don't see it all the time. So that's my little rose. I think it's called Floral Frenzy. And here's another cute little flower. I love flowers. I'm a gardener, and what I grow mainly are perennial flowers. So flowers have always been my thing. How do you like that? Isn't that cute? I think it's adorable. And if you don't like the pinks, you can always substitute a different color. I think this would be really pretty in a different color bow and do blue flowers, blues and purples, primroses, that ilk. Or if you want to throw in some yellows, or if you're a very bold person, you know, bright red would look awesome. But I have this up near my desk, and it's small enough that it can just hand for comparison. I think this is a 5x5 frame, I think. So it's a small thing. It goes very, very quickly. Not sure if this is on my site. I'll have to check. But I really like the happiness of the flowers. And my last spring piece that I wanted to show you, I think this is called April Houses. It's a collection of houses. I'm also a quilter, and I've always loved the schoolhouse block. I've never made one, funnily enough. So I'll put that in my upcoming, quilts to explore. But I started with the houses. I really wanted a border of all those houses. I wanted a variety of color, but I also wanted some continuity of color. So these are the colors that I chose, and then I thought, what do I put in the middle? So I put a nice house in the middle, and then I just surrounded it by more flowers. So it's sort of a little bit of a sampler. I just really, really like it. It's got a nice border, I think. So it's another happy one. And if you wanted to do the houses all the same color, that would look great too. So, yeah. I thought I would show these a little longer. The other thing I don't like, I know I do this with my quilts and my knitting. I'm so sorry, but constantly trying to find the right shot. And you're moving it back and forth and back and forth. And I know when people watch it, they must be saying, stop already, just hold it still. It's hard to do. So, like I've said from the very beginning, I'm still learning. Um, you know, Trying to figure out what is a good angle. Um, I'm not a videographer. I have to apologize and say I am not a videographer. I really have no desire to be a videographer. I appreciate these lovely, lovely videos that people do. Some of them are just so beautiful. They don't really say anything. There's no message. There's no, but between the music and the scenery, they're just breathtaking. That's not what I'm after here. I'm after sharing information. So anyway, the yes. So the stitching that I'm thinking about doing, and I'm sorry, this again is printed on a chart, and you're not going to be able to see it all that well, but it's just another collection of flowers. You can see the bleeding hearts. Bleeding hearts are one of my favorite flowers. I just love them. So that's the upper part of the chart, and here's the lower part. I think this will be nice because I can start and stop. When I do get my knitting project, I can stop after a motif, and I won't throw myself off. The other one that I'd like to do, and this I think will be a quick one. This one's called Umbrella Weather. We're not quite at umbrella weather yet, but this is, I think I might tweak the girl a little bit, but she's got her yellow galoshes on and she's struggling with her umbrella. It's raining, the flowers are coming up, so I just thought this would be a fun one to do. And another thing that I've been kind of working on, hold one second. I thought I had it over on the table, but I didn't. This is some, it's sort of across, well, it's needlepoint, I guess. Surface design, I think is what they call this now. It's sort of a mishmash. You've got a little bit of this is beautiful. This is one of my favorites. And I might do that in a larger form on a pillow. It's very, very easy. These are just vertical stitches. So I've got that one going. And then I love the rose. I love the blues. Not crazy about this one. So I was just exploring some different things. I like this one down below. What happened? I had this started. This was supposed to be a very tightly packed lumbar pillow that I was making for myself. And I started with this green, and where is it? If you can see, I started with this light green, and when I went back to get some more, they didn't have it. All I could find was this darker green, and I don't like the darker green. I wanted it all to be uniform. So that's when I kind of lost interest in it a little bit. I still needed to do 2 more patterns or break those up into even smaller patterns, but I kind of lost interest because the green that led me to this work, I couldn't get. And so I tucked this away. Well, I pulled it out the other day and I thought, you know, I really like the yellows and the greens in this. So I might go online and see if I can get some of that original green and start another, you know, a nice big sofa-sized pillow, either with this pattern and something else around it, or maybe just this pattern alone. But yeah, so between these 2 stitches and this, that's what's on my plate for the next 2 weeks or so. So hopefully I'll have something to show you next Friday. But you know, that's all I can muster up for today. You know, you have to get the needle and the floss working in order to have something to show. But I did want to stop in and visit and share some of my spring work. I just love spring. I love spring. It's only the end of February, so we've got a ways to go. So there will be plenty of spring stitching ahead, plenty of rainy days, plenty of days that you think are going to be spring and then they harken back to winter. You know, it's that struggle, but spring will win. Spring will win. And we've got nice, beautiful springs down here in Virginia. So I would like to take you on scenic tours around town as well. So I need to get going with that once things start bursting into bloom. I've got some daffodils in the garden, and that's nice. Little tiny hyacinths coming up through the ground. So I'll show you some more of my gardens at some point. If anyone's interested, it will be, you know, gardening at Wickham Cottage. But that's what I've got for you today. So I hope you have a very, very nice day. I hope that all of you are not too tired from exploring all the Nashville Market, you know, stuff. I love the idea of Nashville Market. I'd love to go someday, you know, just to be in that whole stitching vibe, the whole experience, and looking up from the atrium and just seeing all of the shops displayed. I think it's really, really neat. So until I see you again, have a very, very, very good day.